Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, I want to talk about Bitcoin price action because as you guys probably remember, there was a massive news story coming out of BitMEX relatively recently with the company being indicted by the federal government of the United States of America. And you may remember, the day that happened, Bitcoin dropped quite substantially. If I remember correctly, around $600 to $700 in response to that news. But you might notice, over the weekend and moving on into today, which is Monday, Bitcoin has been bouncing. So I want to posit to you that considering we've just seen a massive bearish news story, we should have seen a lot more bearish price action. So why didn't we? We're going to be discussing all of that and more in today's video. Guys, if you do enjoy today's video, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. We're trying to get to 75k subs by the end of the year. You can help us with that. Make sure you hit that little red subscribe button down below. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. You can always unsubscribe if you don't want to be part of our channel. I don't know why you wouldn't, though. But anyway, guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Alright guys, as you know, CT2A is on sale right now, and by the way, I completely forgot to activate the coupon code SweaterWeather2020. It is now active, so if you tried to use that and it didn't work, go right ahead and do that. Guys, if you want to learn everything you need to know about technical analysis, there are 36 videos and over 12 hours of high-quality content in the Academy that will teach you everything you need to know from the basics all the way up to the more advanced concepts that you need to understand to profit in this space. If you're interested in seeing what some of the videos look like, as you can see, there are some preview videos that you can check out at the link in the description down below. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get started here. As you guys know, there was an indictment against BitMEX and its founders and top-level employees late last week. We made an emergency video on that, and you guys have been relatively worried about what that means for Bitcoin. Price action over the weekend, however, has remedied those fears because, as you can see, Bitcoin is doing pretty well. In fact, we're up several $100s from where we pulled back just a few days ago, and we bounced above the 20 daily exponential moving average. Guys, considering the BitMEX news broke on October the 1st, that would be Thursday, and we pulled back a few percentage points below the 20 daily exponential moving average, you'd be forgiven for thinking that it was going to cause some kind of big pullback on Bitcoin. Clearly, though, that's not the case. The big level of support that we've had so much faith in recently, $10,500, has held. And, by the way, if you'll remember, there's an uptrending level of support right here that Bitcoin on a wick pulled back down to test on October the 2nd, and we did bounce there. As you can see, Bitcoin is no longer pulling as far into this zone of support as it used to. And in fact, looking at the Bollinger Bands, we can see that Bitcoin is constricting on itself more than it ever has because we're setting lower highs and higher lows. What is this, guys? Well, if you've been in technical analysis for any period of time, you know what this is. It's a consolidation pattern. It's decreasing volatility, which, as we know, because markets are cyclical, always is going to lead to more volatility in the future, which means that we should be looking forward to more volatility relatively soon. What this means is that as we're seeing decreasing volatility, we're seeing decreasing volume, we're seeing decreasing retail investor interest, that means that the bulls and the bears are getting more constricted. There's more tension in the market. There's more buildup for possible rallies or corrections, and Bitcoin is going to break either this downtrending level of resistance or this uptrending level of support likely in the next 1 to 2 weeks. And when it does it, I have a feeling it's going to be explosive. Now, when is it going to happen? Very well may not be today. It might not even be this week, but I do think it's going to happen within the next 14 days. There will be a major explosive movement on Bitcoin. I personally believe it's going to be to the upside. I might be wrong on that. It's a little too early to tell, but I want you guys to keep an eye on that, and I'm going to keep bringing it up. Whenever Bitcoin is trading around the 20 EMA and can't decide which side it wants to be on, normally that is a signal of indecision. And since Bitcoin was in a pullback and we are now putting higher lows in, I think it's indecision to the bullish direction, and the technicals and the fundamentals both back that up. If you guys are interested, I would encourage you to go watch the Total Market Breakdown video, the first of its kind in the new series we just started that went up on Saturday. I went across all of the different bullish technical and fundamental indicators on Bitcoin, and I made a very strong case, I think, for long-term bullishness on our favorite cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. I will link that video up here somewhere. Right. So guys, I just want to reiterate, we just had a massive exchange hacked, and then we had another exchange being brought under federal indictment by the United States government, and what has Bitcoin done is traded sideways amidst two massive bearish news stories that should have crashed Bitcoin. It's more power to the level and zone of support between $10,000 and $10,500 that we've been respecting for the last month. I want you guys to understand that. There has been massive bad news for Bitcoin, and what has Bitcoin done? It has held firm, it has held fast, and we have put higher lows in All the while we're doing that, and all the while retail investment is at an all-time low for this year. That means that we are able to hold almost $11,000 purely based off of the people already in cryptocurrency, so just imagine what may happen when we have an influx of retail and investor adoption coming back into the space, the likes of which we see every time Bitcoin goes into a bull market, which I believe the technicals back up. And that's not the only thing I want to talk about in today's video, guys, because I also have 3 news articles that I want to dive through really quickly. The first one coming out of the European Central Bank, because the European Central Bank is considering a further digital euro study moving into 2021. What we're looking at here is the European Union and the European Central Bank in particular thinking about creating a digital euro, a euro that would be created and centralized, not necessarily a cryptocurrency. They even outline in this article, I'll let you go read that on your own, they outline in this article that they don't necessarily mean a cryptocurrency, but they do mean some kind of digital euro. Guys, Bitcoin and blockchain, cryptography, cryptocurrency, all of these industries, except for the cryptography part, are only about a decade old. Blockchain is a very vastly new market. It's only been around for about 10 years, and we are already seeing entire continents talking about adopting it into their very foundational economic system. So we need to be paying attention to this. This is extremely bullish for the blockchain industry, and that's going to rub off on it being bullish for Bitcoin and other crypto-related projects. If the European Central Bank is considering using some kind of digital cash, that is very good news. By the way, guys, this is completely off topic, but I just saw it and I want to mention it. This book, excuse me? Oh, that is the front. I couldn't this book, The Bitcoin Standard, you should read it. I'm reading it right now. Should have read it a long time ago, to be honest with you. It's very good. There's a reason it's hyped. Completely off topic. Completely off topic. But we gotta go off topic sometimes, guys. We gotta have some fun here. Come on. Come on. Tell me in the comment section down below if you like having fun. If you don't like having fun, I don't know. Anyway, you know. Let's keep going. Anyway, the Thai Central Bank issues $1.6 billion in government-backed bonds on the IBM blockchain. The Bank of Thailand launched the world's first blockchain-based government savings bonds issuance platform using IBM's blockchain technology, and believe it or not, I did get that first try. That was a complicated sentence. I'm very proud of myself. I'm going to pat myself on the back for that one. Anyway, guys, the point that I'm making with this one is if you don't already know this, you need to know this. The bonds market is one of the largest markets on the planet, and the fact that a central government like Thailand's is working with bonds that are blockchain-based is huge. I'm not going to get into this whole news article because we're already going over time a little bit here, but I do encourage you to go and read this on your own. All 3 of these articles will be linked in the in the description down below. So if you're interested, I would encourage you to do further research on this. We may end up making a dedicated video on this in the future. Let me know if you'd like to see some videos talking about bonds, because there's some very interesting things going on with negative interest rates, negative yields and returns on bonds, the inverted yield curve, all kinds of things going on with the bonds market. It's something I want to discuss in the next total market breakdown. If I don't, there probably will be a dedicated video on it relatively soon. Let me know what you think down below. Anyway, this last article is pretty cool because we've seen something similar happening in several other countries like Venezuela, but now it's coming to Egypt. Bitcoin use rises in Egypt among economic recession. As the COVID-19 pandemic pushed the Egyptian economy into recession and deepening unemployment, more and more Egyptians see the benefit of trading and mining Bitcoin as an alternative source of income. According to this person, many Egyptians, particularly young people, are interested in cryptocurrencies, as this person, an economist and financial advisor to several investment institutions in Egypt, said, many young Egyptians started investing in small amounts despite the increase in the value of the Bitcoin. They started mining Satoshi, which is 1/100 millionth of Bitcoin, and on a daily basis they are making profits the likes of BitConnect between 4 and 5%. That's insane. From the difference between buying rates during the time of demand decline and selling rates at the time of peak demand. So essentially what they're doing is they're doing something in between trading, mining, and arbitrage. Somewhere in the middle there, they're making money and using that to back up their income because of the recession going on in Egypt. This is the kind of thing that is going to end up driving mass adoption on Bitcoin, is people finding ways to use Bitcoin and the blockchain industry and this entire ecosystem that we're a part of to better their own lives in the midst of problems created by the central governments under which they are ruled. This is Bitcoin's pathway to mass adoption, so these are the news stories we need to be paying the most attention to, and this is why I put it at the end, because I encourage you guys, whenever you're looking at news, it's one thing if some startup does something in Switzerland and they're like, cool, they have some Bitcoin ATMs, great, that's awesome. I'm not going to complain about more Bitcoin ATMs, right? What I'm really excited about is seeing Bitcoin adoption in countries that are not doing as well as the first world. We're talking places like Venezuela, where their currency completely collapsed and people are using Bitcoin in a story that I read about a year ago to pay for their wives' pregnancies and their deliveries. Those are the kind of heartwarming stories that are going to bring about mass adoption on Bitcoin because, number one, it pulls at the heartstrings of those of us in the first world, and number two, this is where Bitcoin is going to prosper, are in places where it can make not only a financial, not only an economic impact, but a social impact. We are in the century of social change, and if Bitcoin can help with that, that is going to be our pathway to mass adoption, and I do believe that it's not only going to be mass adopted, it is going to help hundreds of millions of people in the process by freeing them from the shackles of fiat currencies run by the countries that don't have their best interests in mind. So guys, I'd love to hear your take on that in the comment section down below. What do you think Bitcoin's pathway to mass adoption is? I think this is where it starts, and it's going to continue to grow as different countries go through different currency crises, and we'll be addressing all of those as they come up. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are trying to get to 75K subs by the end of the year. If you'd like to help us, I would be very appreciative. I'm very appreciative anyway, even if you don't subscribe, because if you watch this far into the video, you helped out with our audience retention metrics. So thank you very much. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I do briefly want to mention the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, guys, because all of the expansion that you've just seen, everything that you saw in that video that went up yesterday, our office tour teaser, which I think Taylor did a fantastic job on, by the way, give her love in the comment section. Everything in this office, all of this expansion that we're doing, these new video styles, all the new series we're starting, all the new content we're doing, being active on social media, all of this stuff is being funded by the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, and it wouldn't be possible without the exchange that we make with you guys here in CT2A. What we essentially do is we trade your time for money. You guys pay us a fee, and we save you guys time. It took me 2,000 to 3,000 hours to learn everything in this academy. Teaching yourself cryptocurrency, a very complicated subject, is extremely difficult, so we have streamlined that process down to 12 hours of content that you can go through in 3 days instead of in 3 years the way that I did it. We hope and pray every single day that our students walk away from going through the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy feeling like they got it for a steal and that they've learned so much that they are able to now go out and make profitable trades, and the money that they spent on CT2A, they've made back 100 times because they know how to actually trade and profit in these markets. That is our hope, and that is what our students say. If you guys want to hear from them, join our Discord server down below and go ask some of our CT2A students and our alumni, what do you think about the Academy? Was it a worthwhile use of your money? And also, go in the comment section down below. Every once in a while, there's one of our CT2A alumni down there saying what they honestly think. We have no affiliates for the course. No one makes money off of saying things about the Academy. So go ahead and ask them. You'll get their honest take. And by the way, if you're in the Academy, please don't sugarcoat it. If something isn't good, let them know, and before you let them know, let us know so we can fix it, because we're always trying to make this content even better for you guys. We've poured our heart and soul into the Academy, guys, and I want to make sure that you guys are getting the highest quality content that you possibly can. That's why we're doing all of this expansion. If you'd like to help us with that, CT2A is the way that you do that. It's a great exchange. It's been active for over 2 years, and it's helped thousands of students. So if you're interested, the link's in the description down below. Use coupon code SWEATERWEATHER2020 to get $40 off a checkout. Yes, the coupon code is now active. That was completely my bad. I got overwhelmed a little bit. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, I know I say this every video, but just the amount of things that are going on behind the scenes here are crazy. It's really, really, frankly, cool. So thank you guys so much for making this possible. Thank you guys so much for enjoying the content, and thank you guys so much for keeping me accountable when maybe we're not making the content you want. Thank you guys for making sure that you keep your voice heard here, because I never want to make content for my sake. I always want to make sure that content being made on this channel is for you guys and for you guys alone. So if there's anything you want to see on the channel, let us know. I'd love to help you guys out with that. Anyway, I'm rambling. That's going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching. As always, I am completely off-centered in this camera. Yeah, I noticed. I just didn't want to change the camera angle in the middle of the video. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Oh, I got a real good